Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 060, Topics in Developmental Mathematics, Section 4.7, Problem 16. This is Section 4.7, Problem 16. It says, 3 years ago, Jim bought a luxury car for $60,000. Today, its value is $24,000. So in 3 years, it went down quite a bit. What is the percent decrease? So we have a formula for percent decrease. It is percent decrease equals amount of decrease over original amount. That's the formula. So, the amount of the decrease, the value of the car went from $60,000 down to $24,000. That's a decrease of $36,000. Now, if those were just numbers, I would probably have to write it out. But because it's money, for some reason I can see it right away. If you don't and you need to do the subtraction, you can either run it through a calculator if you have one that you can use, or you can just go off to the side and subtract it this way. You'd have to borrow a lot of zeros, so you do that. Oh no, you don't have to do that. The first few come out to zeros, yeah, and that's a 6, and that's a 3. 36,000. I can see it, so I wrote it. Now the original amount, well, the original amount is 60,000. That's what the value of the car starts at. So 36,000 over 60,000. That's the answer, but it's really in the wrong form. We have to convert that and make it a percent. So the very first thing we can do is cancel 3 zeros at the end of each. Basically, I'm dividing 1,000 into the numerator, dividing 1,000 into the denominator evenly. So that's going to take me down to 36 over 60. Now I can see that 6 will still divide into both evenly. 6 divides into 36 6 times. 6 divides into 60 10 times. They're still both even, so I can reduce at least by cutting each in half. Half of 6 is 3, half of 10 is 5, and that's as far as I can reduce it. So 3/5, but again, I want a decimal and then convert that decimal to a percent. Ultimately, a percent is my goal to have because it says percent decrease. So if you can use a calculator again, just do numerator divide by denominator. And if you have a calculator, you don't even have to do all that reduction. You'd get the same answer if you did 36,000. You just punch it in like that right from the beginning. Don't even bother with the reducing it if you have a calculator, and it's going to give you the right answer. Without the calculator, it's very handy to reduce, for sure. So if you don't have a calculator, what you have to do is just divide it the old way. The denominator of 5 divides into the numerator of 3 how many times? 3 is too small, 5 won't fit in. So you have to write it as 3.0 and treat it as if it's a 30. So that decimal that you've introduced into the 3, you just bring it straight up vertically. 5 divides into 30. Well, it goes in evenly 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 minus 30 is 0. You have no remainder, so it's 0.6. Now, this is a common mistake. The percent decrease is not 6%. 0.6 people look at it quickly, and if they're not being careful, they'll say, well, that's 6%. 0.6 is 6%. It is not 6%. It is 60%. Remember, to convert a decimal to a percent, you have to take the decimal point where it is originally and pull it 2 places to the right, not just 1. So you go to the first place, it goes to the other side of the 6. But 1 more place creates a blank that you fill in with a 0. So that 3/5 as a decimal is 0.6. As a percent, it's 60. 60%. So the percent decrease in this vehicle's value is a 60% decrease over 3 years. And that's not completely unrealistic. Some cars come down pretty quick in value.